previous lesson, we introduced the datasets that we'll use in this course. In this lesson, we'll start our work in PowerBi Desktop by getting our data from its source. When we open PowerBi Desktop, we see a pop-up screen. On the right, there are several links to the PowerBi website, including the latest updates to PowerBi, the PowerBi blog, and the forums. It's worth visiting these pages every now and then to keep up to date on all the latest developments in PowerBi. In the middle, we have the option of signing into the PowerBi online service. You don't have to be signed into PowerBi if you're only working in PowerBi Desktop, but you'll need to sign in later if you want to upload your report to the cloud. We'll stay signed out for now. On the left, we see the option to get data. If you've recently created any reports in PowerBi Desktop, you'll also see them listed here. We'll select Get Data to bring up the Get Data window. As we scroll through this screen, we can see just how many data sources PowerBi can work with. For now, we'll get data from an Excel file. We'll click Excel, and then Connect. We'll now navigate to the correct folder and choose the appropriate file. PowerBi will take a moment to connect to the data, and then load a Navigator screen. On the left of this window, we can see that PowerBi has identified the 3 sheets in this particular file, representing the 3 datasets we saw in the Excel workbook. When we click on any of the sheets, a preview of the data in that sheet appears on the right side of the window. The data is visible in a tabular format. The column names in each table come from the top row of each sheet. We can pick sheets to include in our report by clicking on the associated checkboxes. For now, we'll load all 3 of the sheets. If we want, we can edit the sheets by selecting them and clicking Transform Data. This will bring up the query editor, which we'll cover in more detail in a later course. We don't need to do any editing, so we'll click Load. Be aware that the loading process can take a little time. The table names now appear in the Fields pane on the right side of the screen. We'll click on the arrows next to these table names and see that the individual fields from each of these tables have been brought into PowerBi Desktop. As we can see, our data has been successfully loaded into PowerBi. We'll stop the lesson here. In the next lesson, we'll take a closer look at the user interface.